Pause recording. Okay, so it's on. Okay, close. Let's see. Why is it doing that? Okay. Anyways, okay, so this is nutrition's relationship to health and how supplements are made. We go through like the challenges that people are dealing with because this is really a $1 trillion industry and everything. And this particular segment of it is really growing in leaps and bounds. And with our company, what we do is we go back to the basics. We deal strictly with the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, and the food that we eat. And it's like the superfoods that we eat, basically. So, how can I close that thing? There we go. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Sorry. Anyways, so my name is Dr. Katie Wyman Norris. I'm an author of a couple of books. One's a bestseller. I'm known as the nutritionist to the stars. I work with a lot of celebrities, athletes, but just a lot of everyday people like you and I, and who are looking for better health, and they want the best of the best. I'm the host of the show, The Cures in the Kitchen. I'm known as the formulator of our times, and that's what I love to do. And I work strictly with whole plant food supplements or ingredients, which is really great and as organic as possible with no excipients, binders, or fillers. And I also have the companies Katie's Organics and Simply Young. The challenges that we're seeing out there today, because this industry is, we're really catering to the people who really need this and are aware that that they have challenges. The biggest challenge right now is dehydration. If you can't hydrate a cell, you can't clean it, you can't strengthen it, nourish it, nurture or help heal and rejuvenate it. So most people drink water from the time they're little babies till going into years and years. And if they're not really concerned about their water, or are not really conscious of it and everything, they're drinking water that's actually dehydrating to them and can be very toxic to them also. We've got other challenges also with the foods that we're eating because of the soil erosion, just the toxins that are in how they're producing the plants and everything. We have poor plant mineral uptake. And that's often because it's over farmed land and things like that. People are not eating well. They're eating fast foods, and they're also not even aware. Many people are not even aware they're getting things such as the geoengineered foods that are these organisms that are in the food that were meant to be like a pesticide, but actually are creating organisms and tumors and cancers in people and making them very sick and eating holes in their guts and everything. So the poor nutrition oftentimes leads to obesity. We've got about over 65% rate of obesity in the United States right now. And, not every country is like that, but in this country, it is really high, and it's it's going to go up to about 75%. Drug addiction is a huge challenge right now. As a matter of fact, the amount of drugs that are given to even 4-year-olds who are having challenges with their focus and with just their moods, their ability to even deal with life and things like that. And the way that they're dealing with it is by giving them drugs at such a young age. And these drugs are highly addictive, and they're highly suicide. I mean, these kids become very suicidal. So we're seeing the suicide rate go up tremendously in these children, but we're also seeing it in adults. And there's none of these kids have a Prozac deficiency, nor do the adults. And the true answer is the foods that they're eating. We need to get the nutrients that they need. So we look at the healthcare industry. It's a $1 trillion industry that I can tell you, if I broke my arm, which my son did a couple weeks ago, he needed emergency care, and it's amazing for that. It's really fantastic, and I can't say enough about it, truly. But if you're looking for just like everyday care on how to prevent or anything like that, it's not what you really want to be doing. It's not set up for that, because it leaves the patient often powerless. It costs more than other countries. It creates a lot of drug addicts. I mean, where the opioids, the addiction in the country is off the charts. People are dying left and right from it. It has very, as I said, it has very dangerous, deadly side effects. And it's financially killing us in the United States, milking us dry. And it's not giving people the health and youthfulness that they're looking for. So, what is the solution? Well, if you people realize that the truth is that healthcare is self-care, that it's only, the people that we deal with, they realize that they need to be taking care of themselves. They're very empowered to do that. And this also is a $1 trillion industry. And this is the one that actually leaves the patient in power. Really important, because they do take responsibility. It costs much less than sick care, which is the healthcare system that we have in the United States right now. And it creates more independent, educated, healthy people. It has little or no side effects. And it's an investment in your own health and youthfulness, which is kind of fun because you get to pick and choose what you want to do, and you get to learn about it, and you get to learn why you want to do it also. And think about this. If you've got over 75 million plus baby boomers that control 70% of the buying power in this country, these people love self-care. They're very well educated. They've got the money. They know what to do. And they're looking for things like this. So this is such a big opportunity, because you get to a point where you want a lifestyle where you're creating your memories, and you get to do the things. You're really living a fulfilled life, and you're healthy, you're happy, and this all starts with, truly, the foundation is nutrition. So our job, and what we love doing with Simply Young and Katie's Organics and Energy Essentials is our goal is to reconnect you to your source. When you look at these grapes here, they are connected to the stem, the roots of these wonderful grapes. They go deep into the ground, and they're constantly giving life force to these grapes until they don't anymore, but until they drop off and would fall off. But once as they're connected to that source, they're full, they have moisture, they're plump, they look beautiful, they have the beautiful color, and the nutrition is just excellent. It's just off the charts. When we get disconnected from our source, it's like the raisins. Everything starts to dry up. You still have some nutrition in there, but you can't get it anywhere because it's have the hydration to take it where it needs to go, and then the nutrients start kind of changing their composition and things like that. So really, really important for us to stay connected to our source of life, and it's in the air that we breathe, in the water that we drink, and the food that we eat. These are the basics that we deal with. And we deal with only the best of that. We looked at, in a lot of our research, we are researchers and doctors and always looking for answers and everything, and studied for years and years and bring in the best of the best. And basically we wanted to find out what were the secrets to great health, and staying youthful. And these are the big things that we found. It was the immune system, antioxidants, superfoods, and exercise. There's so many books written on all of these topics. And for instance, the immune system, 75% of our immune system is digestion. The key is what we are actually able to absorb. And most people right now are having serious challenges with their digestion. So remember, if you can't digest it, it can't get to where it needs. That's like the river going through your body to get the nutrition to where it needs to go. If you have problems with that, everything starts shutting down. You start having problems, and just the fact of being happy or not happy. Think of this: 95% of your feel-good chemicals, the serotonin levels, are created in your gut, and 50% of your feel-good chemicals, dopamine, are created in your gut. If your gut is not working, the chance of you being depressed and unhappy is really huge. And what is the number one challenge in the workforce right now? Depression. It is by far it skyrockets everything. And so people are taking drugs thinking they're going to feel better. But it's the immune system that the number one thing that we deal with is the immune system and the digestion with our companies. And of course, they're rich in antioxidants, because these are what can reverse the aging and dis-ease in the body, wonderful live foods. And then superfoods, the whole spectrum, all their phytochemicals and their amazing nutrients that are in there that are really potent, that can go target the challenges that will, the imbalances in the body all can get balanced out with these type of superfoods. And then of course exercise is crucial because it's what, it keeps you strong and healthy. And you can be as strong as you were when you're in your 20s and 30s, no matter what age you are. And they've been able to prove that. And as long as you have the correct ingredients and you do the right exercise, you can be very, very strong. I'm stronger now than I've ever been. And I'm almost 60 years old and I feel amazing. So it's really fantastic. So when we were doing this, we realized that the heart of most disease and overall aging is coming from the dehydration, the malnutrition, the poor digestion, the toxins, inactivity, and stress. And we know that aging is inevitable in our, as we go in through our life and everything, but our decline is optional. We do not have to decline. We can be as strong till our last breath. We can be healthy and our brains functioning, our bodies strong and healthy, as long as we're doing the things and doing it in balance. So it's like the Buddhist way. It's the middle way, getting a lifestyle that's so amazing. So these are, basically some of the tenets of health, from the hydration to the whole plant superfood nutrition. The rest and relaxation is so crucial. Exercise regularly on it, either every day. I do something every day. Balanced cellular polarity, that comes from the foods we eat and even using certain modalities too. And always being of integrity and being in relations, healing, loving relationships, and an environment that is just, where the type of environment you want to be in. And so you get to strive for that, So the number one challenge right now is hydration. So you can see the difference between a hydrated cell, blood cell, and one that's not. It's dehydrated, and the dehydrated one is severely malnourished, and obviously not moving the toxins. It's got massive toxins in it and everything. So every day we have to get great hydration. It's just one of those things you get to do, actually, which is very cool. So we looked and found what was the best water for you. Actually, my uncle, who used to work with Mother Teresa, he was talking about the water in Lourdes, France. There's like 5 places on this earth that have the most amazing water that is the best water in nature. And I didn't realize that. I thought people were bathing in it because these people would be cured of their diseases and everything, but they were actually drinking it. And they would line up for miles just to get this water every day. But people would be many of their diseases would be cured, which was pretty incredible. And so when I started to years ago, when I was studying water, maybe 6-7 years ago, before I was doing my doctorate, I realized that the right type of water was the water he was talking about, my uncle was talking about. And it's these springs that come up through the earth through incredible pressure. The water comes up, pushes through the minerals in the rocks, and comes through, and it makes such small molecules, the smallest molecules in the world, and that's what they call hydrogen. That's the smallest element on the elemental chart. And this is where they've done to date over 1,200 studies on just hydrogen alone. But the cool thing is that they found it was that the best way to actually get hydrogen is to actually infuse it in water, which is very cool. And so that was our goal when we started this. And my other goal truly was, you look at all of the bottles, like I was speaking at in classes yesterday at a college up north, and I was seeing all the water bottles that were on the little tables and everything. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's refill, not landfill. We need to teach people to take their little canisters, fill it up with, the best water, which is what we're talking about and everything, and take that with them. We need to create a different life. You know what I'm saying? And, the one thing that I think was really cool is that we can even save an amazing amount of money when you get rid of the bottled water and everything, if it was just $3 a day, in 10 years you would be saving like $11,000 if you had another great water source that was not using bottles. So that's very cool, you know, and if it's right at your fingertips and you get the best water in nature, that's pretty amazing, you know. Anyway, so what we did was we created a water system that there was no electricity or anything like that. It actually would mimic exactly what was happening to the best water, creating this amazing pressure and being able to purify that water to take out all the imprints. Because we know, you know, the cool thing is that we know if we could take out all those imprints, we can actually go in and take organic, natural earth minerals and remineralize it with earth elements also to mimic just what's happening in the earth and everything, so that we could actually have naturally ionized, slightly alkalinized water, but you would get this micro, tiny hydrogen bubbles in there that were so powerful that they were able to became an antioxidant, and that it would create what they call a negative ORP, which is a negative oxidative reduction potential. What that is the ability to actually go in and go after the most cytotoxic free radicals in the body and pull them out and go deep into the tissue, because it's such a small molecule that it goes so deep into the tissue and the veins and arteries and everything to clean these things up and move it out, which is really amazing. So when you look at regular tap water versus the Hydra H2 water molecules, these molecules here are so large, you know, they're just huge. And so what happens, you get very limited absorption by the body. I mean, because it's not going to the cells the way it's supposed to. Whereas these smaller clusters, their penetration and the ability to hydrate and rejuvenate the cells is off the charts. It's just amazing. So that's exactly our goal in creating this bath and this incredible water. Now, you know, there's so many people out there, and this happened to me before too. This is a true fact. When you feel thirsty, you are already seriously dehydrated, and you may get headaches. You might be irritable, things like that. But keep in mind, it's the water alone does not hydrate. And that was where I was telling you about this miracle water in 5 places on earth, you know, and it's like these people, the Hunzas in Pakistan, Germany, France, in Mexico, and India, these places, they actually were able to create this amazing hydrogen gas that came through the water and pushed up through these springs, these natural springs. And this again was extremely healing for so many people, and that's exactly what we have mimicked in the Hydra H2 water. Going back to the power of water, you know, there's been so many books written on how you can actually imprint water. If you put water in a container and put the word love on there, and that was the intention that you really gave, what would happen is the molecule would change to like a molecule like that, where it says love right there. It's like a beautiful diamond ring. It's just beautiful, the molecule, and because it changes, because the love is what changes people. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful, you know.
You're absolutely right about that.
It's so true. If you put hate on there, it'll start creating fungus and bacteria and sickness, you know.
It's like talking to a tree.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I go in and I talk to my plants in my greenhouse all the time, you know, and so even different words like thank you, that gratitude can change the molecule. The compassion, look at the compassion there. It's so beautiful and everything. So
even on the cannabis, I didn't know this, but they put Beethoven and beautiful music to the cannabis.
Wow, that's beautiful.
They put the music, and they actually dance with the music for the plants. So I thought they were crazy in the beginning, but no, they do that.
No, it's really true. We do that even with our plant foods. When we're making them, we put amazing music on, and it's like really like healing music is what it is, and so that there's a healing factor in the actual ingredients, and it's so beautiful because first of all, just to work in that environment, you know, is so beautiful, you know, and then of course to be able to imprint the actual superfoods with that is just, it's astounding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I love that. Water is longevity's missing link. Dr. Albert Svent-Yorgi, he won a Nobel Prize for discovering vitamin C in like 1930 something. And he calls water the mother and matrix of all life. He says water is so much a part of life that we tend to ignore it and look elsewhere for the magic bullet, the secret herb or nutrient that will increase the health and vigor and extend lifespan. That's really important. I mean, that's amazing. Because we are, how many people are out there constantly looking for some supplement or something, you know, some modality to help them. But if you don't even get the basics of water and amazing water and amazing air, you're missing the boat, because this is what carries it throughout your body, you know. Patrick Flanagan, he was nominated for a Nobel Prize for hydrogen. And it's used, like I said earlier, by some of the longest living people in the world. The Hunzas, they live to 120 and 140 years old. They're some of the most vitalized people in the world, which is so amazing. Like I said earlier, there's over 1,200 studies. And keep in mind, hydrogen actually, the water actually opens the cells to hydrate them. It's absolutely amazing. And it, once again, it goes after the most cytotoxic free radicals in the body. And it has so many amazing benefits. It's really incredible. Now, this was a doctor friend of mine who actually sent these pictures. Now, she didn't take them, like, she took them within 6 days of each other. And she wasn't like taking them in the same setting or anything like that. So they're a little bit, you know, it's kind of interesting. You know, it would have been better had she done that. But the thing is, she was out with her horses. She's a big horse. Anyways, but she used reverse osmosis water, and she had seen me before I had started using water, and 2 weeks later after I had taken the water. And she said, "Oh my God, your skin, it's amazing. What have you done?" And I just told her that it was the water that I was drinking, because I felt the difference. Everything got moist in my body. It was really amazing. And so she started taking it, and it wasn't even 1 week. It was actually 6 days. And so what happens with reverse osmosis, if you look to the left, what happens is the vascular system, because it's stealing all of the minerals and everything. And my mentors, Dr. Linus Pauling, who won 2 Nobel Prizes, and Norman Cousins, who wrote Anatomy of an Illness and Laughter is the Best Medicine, they both said that where there's minerals, there's life. Where there's no minerals, there's no life. So the reverse osmosis takes out everything, you know. And so that's what she was drinking. So what happened is everything just starts to fall and sag. So you can see her little saddlebags there. On the right, you can see after 6 days of you drinking the water, and she would come all the way from down an hour to come and get this water every day. And because it lasts about 24 to, you know, like around 24 hours to 48 hours. You got to drink it right away. Anyways, but you can see the difference in her skin is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, yeah, so you can see the difference. It's amazing. So anyways, and then the other thing is the superfood nutrition. Keep this in mind. Your body makes new cells from your body. Your body makes new cells from your body, for your body, from the food you eat. Your cells make up all of your glands, organs, tissue, veins, arteries, bone. You know what? Do you want to put your thing on mute? Because you're kind of, I'm getting feedback.
Oh yeah, I'm getting I left the window open right here. Let me.
Yeah, that'll make a difference if you take.
Give me a second.
No problem.
Mute button.
Okay, so your body makes. Are you okay?
Give me a sec. Let me.
Okay, I can mute you actually. Let's see. Let me go to you. Let's see. I'm
I'm
gonna,
done already. I fixed it.
oh, you did? Okay. I'm gonna unmute it. Okay, sorry. I don't know if I did that right or not. Anyways, so your body, can you hear me okay? Oh, you can't tell me. Sorry. Your body makes new cells for your body from the food you eat. Your cells make up all of your glands, organs, tissue, veins, arteries, bones. So your nutrition must on a daily basis must cleanse the cells, strengthen them, nourish, help heal, and rejuvenate your cells for optimum health. Very important. So this is one of my favorite slides. What you eat literally becomes you. You are what you eat. Every 28 days, your skin replaces itself. So you can have new skin in 28 days. Your liver, 5 months. Your bones, 10 years. Actually, I don't believe that it's 10 years. I believe it's much quicker than that, especially because Cedars-Sinai did a study on our plant calcium, and within 14 months, it literally had increased the bone mineral density by 11%, which you've never seen in history ever on any study. So it's pretty amazing. So if you can, regenerate all of these different organs and glands and everything, keep in mind your body makes these new cells from the food you eat. What you eat literally becomes you. You have a choice in what you are made of, and that's what we're all about here. So I just threw down like the different choices that people have, like sorry about that. Like the vegetables, the fruits, the herbs and spices, nuts and seeds, grains, beans and legumes, natural oils and fats, dairy substitutes, or if you're going to do dairy, no hormones, and poultry and meat and fish and everything, no hormones also. So what is a superfood? It's very simple. It's concentrated nutrition from a plant. And it's what rebuilds and nourishes you. These are the building blocks of your body, without a doubt. So keep in mind that when you get powdered superfoods, you have the highest absorption factor you can actually get from any kind of nutrient, which is really amazing. And if it's you want to make sure it's free from gluten, GMOs, pesticides, herbicides, chemicals, harmful or otherwise, excipients, binders, and fillers. So that's our goal, definitely. That's what we do. I mean, that's our strict standards. We don't do anything but that. Now, in 1999, Günter Blobel, he won a Nobel Prize for what they call cofactors, that are actually the enzymes and the proteins that are in plant foods that have plant intelligence. So this plant intelligence is so smart that it knows that the nutrients that are in these plant foods, and it takes it to where it needs to go. If you need more calcium down in your hip, if you needed more vitamin C for the vascular system, it knows exactly where to go, and it takes it right from that plant food and goes for it. Pretty amazing. Can your supplements hurt you? Absolutely. 95% of vitamins are made with synthetic chemicals. So you have a choice what you want to do. But the research is outstandingly saying that when you get food supplements versus synthetic supplements, the food supplements absolutely have beneficial side effects because they're naturally made from concentrated superfoods. Whereas the synthetic-based vitamins, studies have shown harmful effects because they're synthetically made and from chemical isolates from like petroleum derivatives and other chemical ingredients, and hard inert rocks and stones and earth elements and things like that don't have a life force. So what's in your supplements? Rocks, shells, stones, chalk, bones, magnesium stearate, that's like a really bad saturated fat. It's got sugar, you've got petroleum, coal tar, you've got all kinds of stuff. And they've already shown many supplements on the market are full of GMOs and everything. And they've got excipients, binders, fillers, sugars, pesticides, gluten, GMOs, lots of GMOs in these things. And the thing is like, every day we are rusting, and we need superfoods that are rich in antioxidants to actually stop the oxidation process that is killing us on a daily basis. So if we're getting lots and lots of those that are really powerful, you're going to see that apple would actually look beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's that rusting and everything that's really truly killing us. So we need to have antioxidants to reverse that. And one of the best ones is vitamin C. And that's the number one ingested nutrient in the world. But most vitamin C comes from ascorbic acid or ester C, the majority of it. And if you know how this is made, how they create it is, as they take the sugar from genetically modified corn that's been hydrogenated, then they use acetone, which is a 7 to 9 step process, and it's used to create a synthetic crystalline-like sugar that only fights free radical damage once, which is pretty scary, right? Whereas a whole plant food vitamin C, not only does it look beautiful and and taste amazing compared to the crystalline-like sugar stuff, but it fights free radical damage over and over, and it knows where to go because it has that plant intelligence. And Cornell University did studies on it, and they found that it only takes 6.5 milligrams of a plant food vitamin C to stop fulminant scurvy, which is where the veins and arteries are bursting. If you don't get enough of the vitamin C in your diet, you'll start seeing little broken capillaries. You'll maybe even feel some, heaviness in the chest. You'll feel things are not flowing through your circulation is going off and everything. So really important. And so keep in mind that if you were to take 6.5 milligrams of plant food vitamin C and compare it to the synthetic ascorbic acid on the market, it would equal about 1,500 milligrams, if you could believe that. So that's how powerful plants are. So when you're getting a scoop of vitamin C that's maybe 200 milligrams or something like that, what you're getting is really about 47,000 milligrams if you were to times that out, if you were to compare it to the synthetic vitamin C. So that's really powerful. And vitamin C, like I said, is the number one deficiency in both of our two top killers, cancer and heart disease. So let's see here. So what you have is that plants are the building blocks of the body, and they have plant intelligence. And this little sprout right here, we like to get as many ingredients in that form because that's where the highest nutrition is ever going to be, even before it becomes a big sapling or whatever it's going to be. The nutrition in that right there is so powerful that the regenerative effects in the body is incredible. So now I want to bring the two together, how food and hydrogen water work together. And this was from physciences.com. So when nutritional substances such as plant foods are reduced to this dimension, you've maybe chewed it up or whatever, and it's meeting the water. It's actually combining with the water. What happens is the electrons move actively over these surfaces, creating a powerful charge that attracts water molecules, thus hydrating the nutrient even more. And it increases its absorption and its attraction to the cells. Not only does it reduce surface tension to the desired level, allowing it to enter the cell easier, but it changes its other physical properties into the same structure as the water which surrounds the cells. The water that's in the interstitial tissue outside of your organs and glands and everything, which is what holds the polarity, when we talked about earlier, the polarity of the water from the inside to the outside, inside the cell and outside of the cell, and which is crucial to our health. We can, if it's off significantly, or even minorly, we can die from that. So it's really important how great these two work together in your body. So what's our best investment? It's us. And we know Mother Nature knows best. Our superfood powders equal super nutrition and high digestibility. They're rich in phytochemicals with known healing properties, and they have flavonoids, terpenes, catechins, phenolic acids. All of these things have amazing healing properties. And truly, the only care that you can control and count on is self-care. So, do you have any questions, Tony? Let me get you off of mute here. Let's see. Where, there. No, I don't want to mute me. Here we go. Here we go. You want to take yours off of mute? Okay, unmute. Oh. Okay, Tony, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I found you already. Okay.
Oh,
Then. You hear me now?
I do.
Yeah, I couldn't find where I put the mute. You know how to look for it.
I know. I get the same thing. That's so cool. Anyways.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Everything's amazing, and
let me share with you a little bit about the air filtration system, and I will. I'll actually send you over the brochure on that, and you can actually maybe take a picture of it and send it to your people too, and they can take a look at it also. You know, so basically, what it is it's the most powerful air purifier in the world. Right now, we're dealing with serious toxins in the air from the air. Just like if you look up in the sky every day and you're seeing these little white lines going through, and sometimes they're all kind of crinkly and everything, and sometimes they get dark and everything, but they're not normal looking clouds at all. They're actually coming from airplanes. These are called geoengineered chemtrails or chemical trails that are being dropped in the sky, and they have like aluminum, barium, strontium, arsenic, viruses, different things that are being dropped down. And these things are actually dangerous. They've actually been linked to that they actually can engulf the heart and can actually give people heart attacks very rapidly, because all of those heavy metals completely go around the epithelial lining of the lungs and the heart, and can cause serious problems. And also you have a lot of bacteria. You know, if you're looking at like flu season or anything like that, or just, you know, if it's a bad day for air quality or something like that, you know, or, you know, we know that the air quality in your home is much more toxic, like hundreds I mean, like, I think it's around, I shouldn't say hundreds, but it's about like 70% higher toxicity than the outside, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah, it's amazing.
What makes it toxic? Like the gas?
Yeah, just the stale air, the lack of circulation, and so yeah, and there I can in this little thing I'm going to send you actually talks about it, so you'll learn more about that. Okay, and so the thing is this literally purifies. It gets rid of, and it's nothing like a HEPA. I mean, it blows away the HEPA and the air scrubbers and things like that. This is so far superior. It is. We can literally say, without any trepidation, that it is the most powerful air purifier in the world. And it's got these super amazing filters that are inside of it. One of them you can vacuum, the other one you have to replace, and you wipe the little strings that are underneath them. But it's really incredible, because it'll show you in the brochure all the different there's like 7 different filtration systems in this unit, and in its ability to create incredible air. My son, I'll tell you an example. My son has had a lot of health challenges because of, you know, some health issues or whatever. But he went down to San Diego, and the mold down there is incredible. It's really bad. And he's going to school at San Diego State University, and I was actually going to pull him out of it because the mold was so bad that he started having heart problems and lung problems, couldn't breathe. I mean, he was suffering so much. And so I was going to pull him out. And then I had been working on this air filtration system with some scientists, and finally the protocol was ready. We sent it down to him, and literally he said, "Mom, it's like a miracle. Overnight, I could, even in the first 15 minutes, I could feel such a difference." And we hear that all the time, that people can really, truly feel the difference with the air.
Now, where do you put this air filter? Is it like a wall unit?
It's one that can move. It can be on wheels, or you can have it just set on the floor and everything. But
okay, yeah, like a portable.
Yeah, and it's kind of big. It's probably the size of like a stool, if you were to sit on a stool, and it's very portable. It's 15. It hits like 1,500 square feet where it purifies, or 1,500 to 2,000 actually. And
amazing. Dylan has that problem.
oh my gosh, that you watch.
Every once in a while, he gets up in the middle of the night that he can't breathe. He can't breathe. And they bought him a humidifier, you know, one of those Costco ones. And I guess that helps him out, you know, a lot. But
it's not enough.
When he doesn't, exactly. But so when he doesn't have it, sometimes he can't breathe. Sometimes.
Right, and you know the molds and fungus and the mycoplasms and different things in the air that we're faced with, you know, they have no bounds. In some areas that are maybe more closed off, they're going to have a higher mold and fungus count, and we know that that's extremely toxic to the body and everything. So the thing is, if you get 2 of these, you can actually finance them, believe it or not, which is really cool.
How much are they?
They're almost $1,500. They're $14.89 or $14.99.
Okay, that's a competitive price.
Yeah, and keep in mind, you know, we have different specials going on periodically. Right now, we do have a special of $100 off. Right now, we have a coupon for $100 off, but it changes at different times. And then, you know, if somebody else buys one underneath you, you know, because we have a referral program, and you refer somebody to us, we give you $350. So just keep that in mind also, because we know that referrals are our best business by far. That's our best advertising. So, yeah. Anyways, so it's a great system. You're going to love it. Plus, I want to just let you know that there's also a system that if you want to put it on your entire house, can you hear me? If you want to put it on your entire house, there's a system for that also, and that's close to like $4,000, but it's pretty awesome. Are you there? Holy crap. Okay, we're going to end this. I'm going to send this over. Holy cow. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm gonna end it and I'll send it to you. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm going to, okay?